pour mi-novembre un peu partout dans le monde, le prochain épisode de la série Need for Speed, intitulé The Run, s'est dévoilé un peu plus à nous à travers un petit event qui nous a donné l'occasion de poser quelques questions à Drew Hahn, le Community Manager. À commencer par cette nouvelle orientation qui, contrairement aux épisodes précédents, vous amène à contrôler le personnage principal lors de phases à pied.
This year we're using the Frostbite 2 engine, which Battlefield 3 is also using, developed in DICE, and it's allowing us to do a lot of things that we've never been able to do in a Need for Speed before. So one thing that allows us to do is, for the first time ever in a Need for Speed, you're going to be able to control the character outside of the car. These kind of out-of-car sequences are only make up about 10% of the game because, first and foremost, Need for Speed is a racing game. It always has been, it always will be. What the purpose of these out-of-car sequences is, remember back in Carbon Most Wanted, you'd race and you'd race and you'd race, and then we'd, to tell you a story, we would play a video for you and you'd just put the controller down and watch it. But we don't want you to ever put the controller down. We want to keep you in the action for every second from San Francisco to New York. So these out-of-the-car sequences allow us to tell you a story and keep the controller in your hands at all times. In the out-of-car sequences, what's really going to happen is it is actually a sequence where you're going to take action through QuickTime events. Now, you're in a race across the country, you have to be first. So that the most important goal is to always move forward, be the first person across the line. So whenever you're out of the car, your ultimate objective is to get back into a car, because there's no way possible that you can run faster than you can drive. So as soon as Jack finds himself out of a car, so maybe like you saw in the E3 trailer, his car gets smashed up or he just needs a faster car, his motivation is always to get back into a car. So you're not going to have the opportunity to control a character like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. It's always going to be a sequence of events that gets you back into a car.
Une volonté de nous garder manette en main pendant toute l'expérience grâce à des QTE donc, et également grâce à une histoire qui semble avoir été un peu plus soignée que dans un jeu de course quelconque.
Need for Speed The Run is being developed by Black Box Canada, and you may remember them. They made classic action racing, story-driven games like Most Wanted and Carbon. The Run is the biggest game that they've ever made. Now, in terms of the backstory, we haven't really said too much about how our main character, Jack Rourke, got into the situation that he got into, but he is a guy who is in a lot of trouble. He owes a lot of people a lot of money, and his only way out is to enter a cross-country race from San Francisco to New York. And in order for him to win the $25 million purse, he has to beat 200 other racers, get through the cops and the mob to be the first person to cross that finish line in New York. So Black Box, they're known for creating the action driving story games, and what the story provides is a real strong motivation for you to always press forward. So as you progress through the run from San Francisco to New York, you start in San Francisco, you're in 200th. You need to be the first person across the finish line. So in every event, you're always going to be passing people. You can never go backwards in the run. You always have to be going forwards, because for Jack, there is no second place. Winning is his only option. So you'll get into situations where you're racing is have to pass 12 people, 3 people, maybe big interstate, you can maintain a lot of speed, 18 people. Maybe it's like the survival style race like Independence Pass, where you have to not only pass one person, but you have to actually survive the race, so it's going to be pretty intense.
Pour renforcer cette dimension narrative, les équipes de Black Box ont abandonné les lieux fictifs pour proposer aux joueurs des environnements de la vraie vie.
So that's one aspect. Another first is this is the first time that we were actually using real-life locations. So San Francisco all the way to New York. We, in the past, we've created fictitious cities like Bayview, Rockport, and whatnot. It's been quite a joy for our artistic team to go out and check out everything and then make sure that we build it right in the run. So you're going to go through urban city centers like Chicago, Las Vegas, New York. You're going to go through areas like San Francisco and have to battle some fog banks, big grassy open plains and right in kind of central the U.S. as you go through Wisconsin. High mountain passes in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. So we kind of got everything in there as you progress on your journey from San Francisco to New York.
Si certains éléments du game system de The Run n'ont pas généré plus de travail que ça, comme le système autologue de Critérion qui permet de faire la compétition avec ses amis, d'autres ont posé un peu plus de difficultés, comme nous l'explique Drew.
I think one of the most challenging aspects was adapting the Frostbite engine to work for a car racing game, which, it's such a powerful tool. I mean, just look at the amazing stuff that Battlefield 3 is doing with it. And changing the physics, so it's like a racing game. So with the physics in the game, our physics producer or designer, if you may, Alex Grimley, he's worked on previous titles like Grid and Codemasters. He came to Need for Speed with a very clear-cut vision on what he wanted the game to feel like, and the way he describes it to me is he says he wants the cars to feel like how they would drive in real life, which means that, say you get behind the wheel of the Shelby Super Snake, which is a 800 horsepower rear-wheel drive Mustang. You get in real life, you get in there and you press the pedal down, you're probably just going to end up doing donuts, whereas in the game, it definitely drifts a lot, but it's still manageable and you can actually drive it. So you can say, for example, four-wheel drive car, you're going to have a lot more grip. Front-wheel drive car, you're going to be able to really push it hard. So I think, definitely one of the bigger challenges was making Frostbite into a racing game.
Même si la prise de risque reste minime, on espère simplement que cette nouvelle orientation donnée à ce NFS saura nous convaincre. Pour en avoir le cœur net, on ne manquera pas de vous proposer la critique de ce nouvel épisode dans les 101% à venir.